everybody. How y'all doing this evening? Y'all come on into the Players Club. I'm up your host, Keisha, and I'm rocking with my boy, Duvall. Y'all hit the like button as you come in the building. Duvall, how you feeling this evening? You up? You ready?
I guess I guess it's either 6-7. So you know,
Don't be
uh,
messing with my babies. They be talking about 6'7". You need to do research and find out what it really means. All I know is 6'7". That's all I know.
once I seen Paige did that shit, I checked that.
Paige did it. She did. I showed that clip earlier today. I was like, okay, how did I miss 6'7"? But we miss it. We getting older, ball. That's what it is.
Yeah, Paige already looking goofy, and then when she did that shit, I'm like, man, y'all got it.
Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater because they doing trendy stuff. You know that
Yeah,
boy got 15 million hits?
yeah. Say anything trendy these days. Say that's why it's the internet.
Yeah. Now I don't know what he gonna do to follow up that,
Mm.
but
I hope he got a hobby. He should, if he was smart, he should have maximized on there. First of all, trademarked it, and then secondly, say he could have did a YouTube channel. After
uh-huh.
that, he probably would have made some money.
But he was a kid, so I don't know. But his parents should have,
But
jumped
shit,
on that.
nah. But you got to think about it. Casanat was a kid at the time,
He
and,
was.
and he maximized
He
his
did.
five moments and stuff. So you just have to.
He did. You're right about that. Mm. I hope he look. My kid, I know Duvall will be on it. Like, what? Oh, we gotta do something. Hey, let me say hi to some of the people that's already in the chat all early and on time. I appreciate y'all. What's up, ADP? Tulip Plays. Hey, what's up, girl? AC Shot Town Calvin. Robert Jones. What's up, Chicago Cheetah? What's up, Dreamtime? We are gonna be talking about the WNBA stars voted to strike if they need to.
Mhm.
And we're gonna also talk about the Forbes list of the most paid women athletes. So that's our two topics for tonight. First one we're gonna get into is this
Before you do that, let
uh,
me let me address AC Shot Town for just a second
go ahead.
because he left a comment on my last video and
Uh-huh.
he asked and I wanted to phrase it properly so I read it. He asked how come we as fans, Angel fans of course, why
Mm-hmm.
we get mad when Jeff P called her out when it came to her play, but then what I'm saying, we got mad at the organization for them doing the same thing. And I think the difference is Shot Town best explained because it'll been too long to type in the chat. It was is we as Angel fans believe that when he called her out, it wasn't to make her better. It wasn't to like do it out of turn or dim or love. We felt like they were trying to sabotage her.
Mm.
And because we felt that way, we took it more personally. This wasn't like if Moki would have did it. We know
Mm.
Moki loves her. Lisa
Right.
Leslie caught their eye by her offensive, inefficiencies on her own podcast. Nobody jumped on Lisa Leslie. But
Right.
we know Lisa Leslie loves her. But when Candace Parker do it, we gonna roast that ass. Why? Because we know Candace Parker have a little jealousy behind her critique of Angel. Even as of today, they Angel Park, not Angel Park, Candace Parker, they're showing like the old pictures of the old USA team photos, and then the new people of today. They did Kayla, they did Leah, they did what's the girl name, Paige, and then they did somebody else, Sonya Citron. If you notice, they ain't do Angel. So all that we know that it's intentional. So yes, we on edge and we take that personally because we know the stigma behind what they doing. And so that's why when it came to JP, that's why we call JP out the way we call JP out for calling Angel out because we know it wasn't out of a place of endearment, it wasn't out of a place of love, it wasn't out of a place of, what I'm saying, constructive criticism. We know that was, in our opinion, the beginning and the end at that time. We think they wanted
Mm.
to diminish Angel value at that time, the trader. at the deadline.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we truly believe. Now we might be wrong because nobody don't know the truth, but based on how they were moving at that time, they made her a bona fide screener and a rebounder, and they was gonna build the offense around Vandersloot and Camilla.
Mm-hmm.
And so we felt like him calling her out was making her the scapegoat. So when they trade her, they'll have a justification of doing that. So that's the answer to your question on my last video, AC Shottown, and I'm glad you read it, and I appreciate your feedback. But that's why we called out Jeff P the way we did, because we don't think when he did what he has done in that article against Angel, when it comes to his criticism of her, it wasn't genuine. And how we found out that for a fact, because the moment she did the shit back to them, that, what it called, front office sports article came out hours later. They ain't something
Mm-hmm.
that just came out. They been had that ready. They're
Yeah.
waiting to drop that shit.
You
You know what I'm
just
saying?
it. I think it just was the perception of it. I guess. I guess we don't perceive Jeff P as an ally of Angel.
Yes, but and the answer one of your last comment, 'cause I just read it in the chat, because I know we gotta move on with our topics.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she was not playing to her standards at the time, but once she was injured, they knew that, but we didn't. We thought she was healed from that unrivaled injury. She come and tell us on her podcast that she was still injured at the time. They had that information. We did not have that information. So they should have been more sensitive or criticizing her knowing that they had the information. And two,
Yeah, because they knew.
yes.
So
And two, and most importantly, you can't blame somebody for playing terribly if they're not trying to build around you. If they already had in their mind they had a specific role for you to be a screener and just a rebounder, how can you play at your best when you know you more than that? How can you play at your best when they isolate you out of the offense? How? So you can't blame Angel for playing terrible at that time and giving Jeff P the right to criticize her when we know offensively they had made an intentional attempt to not have her included into the offense. They want the offense to build around, like I said, Vandersloot, Camilla, and like the secondary score would be Ariakis.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's gonna have Angel be a bona fide Dennis Rodman. And so you can't blame her for playing terrible at the time when they did not have the intention to build around her. Now, when Vandersloot got injured, I think Tyler Moss took it to his own hands and said, you know what, Angel, we're going to put the ball in your hands. And that's when the offense got built around Angel. And that's when Angel will start scoring 19 points a game. All those games till she got to the all-star break. That wasn't no accident. If they would have built the offense around her from the beginning, she would have had those numbers at the beginning. But they wanted to make her a bona fide Ben Wallace and trade her ass because they ain't want her ass down no more.
Not Ben.
Ben Wallace, because we know Ben Wallace was just defensive rebounder.
Yeah. I know.
Angel's so much more than that. But they did not want to build around her because they did not want her to be successful and be bigger than the program. But she's bigger than the program anyway. And that's all I'm going to say on the situation, Calvin. Like I said, I appreciate your feedback. Let's get on with the show because like I said, I ain't trying to hold y'all up too long.
I know. We love you, Angel. But we're gonna talk about a little. We still gonna end up talking about you a little later. But we're gonna talk about the WNBA put out today that they have voted that if they need to strike, if necessary, 98%. I'm gonna move us over to here. Oh no, I'm gonna move us to the other side. And I'm gonna bring up my screen. I gotta go to the other screen because it's so small I can't do it. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna read this. Y'all can see it, right? I just have to make sure. Yeah, okay. Here we go.
You gonna read both statements?
Yeah, I probably will.
Yeah, cause I shut you the NBA statement too.
Yeah. Because this is from the WNBPA.
Yes, for the Players Association.
Yeah, I be getting that P be throwing me off. Now this is from the WNBPA, which is the players. Mm-hmm. They say the players have spoken through a decisive vote with historic participation. Our membership has authorized the WNBPA's executive committee to call a strike when necessary. The players' decision is an unavoidable response to the state of negotiations with the WNBA and its team. Time and again, the players' thoughtful and reasonable approach has been met by the WNBA and its teams with a resistance to change and a recommitment to the draconian provisions that have unfairly restricted players for nearly 3 decades. The players' vote is neither a call for an immediate strike nor an intention to pursue one. Rather, it is an emphatic affirmation of the players' confidence in their leadership and their unwavering solidarity against ongoing efforts to divide, conquer, and undervalue them. Let it be known the players remain united, resolute, and prepared to fight for their value and their future. So, Deval, I'll put this graphic up while we talk for a little bit. 93% of the WNBA players participated in this vote, and 98% say yes. If a strike is necessary, they agree to a strike.
Hmm.
What you think about this?
I've been saying this for quite some time. The WNBA Players Association has the biggest leverage since the 1994 strike with baseball. I remember when baseball went on strike in 1994, which canceled the World Series, which emphatically broke up the Montreal Expos, which was going to be a title contender. The reason why the Players Association had that leverage because they did not want to go to a salary cap, and Baseball Association hasn't gone to a salary cap to this very day because baseball was king at the time. It wasn't the
Mhm.
NFL. It wasn't in the NBA with Michael Jordan at his peak. It was baseball. The players knew that, and they stood on their laurels because the fans was on the side of the players. Now turn this into WNBA, where you got two A-list celebrities and two leagues that are willing to pay players. You don't have to do a goddamn thing if you don't want to do it. You can sit your ass out until they come to the table and come correct. That's a fact. They don't have to do anything that they don't want to do because the WNBA Players Association has the most leverage they will ever have in their goddamn life. And
Mhm.
that's a fact. They got two players that the world wants to see. And that's why, despite all this, that's why, despite the Players Association standing firm, the fans are on the side of the players. Why? Because Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese is on that side. If
Mhm.
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese say, hey, I'm going to cross the picket line and I'm going to go with the WNBA, guess what's going to happen? That strike going to end. Because then the fans will be with them.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? WNBA, they not a league where the fans support the league itself. The fans support their players and the players that they want to support. Those are two players that everybody wants to support. And once those two players say, hey, we want to stay on this side till we get what we want, guess what's going to happen? We're going to support those players. And when we support those players on the WNBA PA Association, which is NECA, and Fee want to be the unofficial spokesman, and that's another stuff for another day.
Yeah.
They have every right to cross their elbows,
Mhm.
and look at Cat and say, "Hey, let's play a game of chicken. Let's see who blink."
I agree, Deval. My take on this thing is this. I think the WNBA thought they can continue to pretend like they had leverage and engage in this game of chicken, and they thought at some point the players would just back down and not want to be a part of the controversy of not signing deals. But the whole WNBA is controversial at this point in time. And then you got two superstars that are bringing in so much money off the court that these ladies in the W have so much leverage now. But I think the WNBA thought they could still operate status quo and they wouldn't have to come all the way to the table. The question is, I do have one question though.
Hmm.
93% participation, like somebody said in the chat. 98% say yes. Who's the 2% that said no?
Uh,
Before you answer that, I'm gonna let you listen to a couple of players.
mhm.
But Duvall, I still think, even after all this stuff that's been going on with Kathy Engelbert, getting called out by Nafisa Kaya, we covered that ad nauseum.
Mhm.
They still is out here playing chicken with these players.
But look here, before you play the audio,
Mm-hmm.
the reason why they have that mentality because when they had the 2020 negotiation, they had no leverage. Asia Wilson was the face of the league at the time. Brianna Stewart was in their prime at the time. Like I said, what's the girl name? Liz Cambridge. She was a great player at that time. Like I said, Maya Moore was, say somewhat still in the league at the time.
But the W know it's different. So,
No, 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 no.
so what's their point now?
I'm gonna tell you what's the point. See, you ain't following me. I'm gonna tell you. Back that time, because they have no leverage, they have a superstar that was game changers. They had to take what the WNBA gave them. That's why
Oh
they took
no,
that.
that you missing what I'm saying though.
Hmm.
What I'm saying is, if the WNBA understands that they have those two stars that is leading the league, and they are on the side of the players, just like you just eloquently put it.
Hmm.
Why is the WNBA playing chicken, not the players?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
I'm finna get to it. So when, like I said, those two A-list celebrities came in the league was WNBA was like, uh-oh, we got problems, and they still have to play chicken because they still got safe face. They can't look weak. That's the problem. They
But they
can't look
already
weak.
do though.
But yes, but they still got to play tough. It's no different than you got that parent that is what I'm saying is about their life when it comes to their kids, but they still got to act tough because like I said they don't want to seem like what I'm saying they just some pushover. But
Mm-hmm.
but the child know the truth. So the child gonna still test you because they know, okay, we know what you really is. But you're showing out in front of your friends because you know what I'm saying, you gotta look a certain way. And that's the same thing with the WNBA. They know they don't got the leverage. That's why they keep changing the CBA negotiation proposals. I sent you one today.
Yeah, yeah.
They
I'm
keep
just
changing.
I'm just trying to figure out why you as a parent
Mm-hmm.
thinking these ladies is children and they
Yeah.
grown women.
But they got the posture like that because they can't
Mm-hmm.
look weak like that. Cause it'll really look bad on the league. Because
Mm-hmm.
you talk about every league negotiation, the league owners always had the upper hand. This, like I said, this is the first time since the '94 strike with baseball where the players have the leverage, not the league. The players do. So they have to posture act like say they're big and bad, but at the same time, that's why they keep giving new proposals. Because if the league had leverage, they wouldn't do nothing. They'll lock them out. Okay, sit out there. Y'all got it. But they can't do that
Uh,
because, like I said, the fans is on the WNBA PA side because they're on the two celebrity side. They're not on the league side. They don't care about the league. They care about those players. That's why they can't just say we'll lock you out because Angel be like, okay, I make say a 7-figure deal every time I do a modeling show and do fashion shows. And and my podcast probably making me 7 figures with sponsors and everything else. Caitlin be like, you know what? I made $250,000 per 30 minutes when I do a speaking engagement, 500,000 for an hour. I don't got to do this. Caitlin like I could make millions playing golf. I'm not good at it,
no.
but people still come out to see me.
For
They
a
got
little while.
Yeah, for a little while, but she gonna always make money because she's a representation of something. We know that, but we don't got
Yeah.
to touch in that. But
No.
at the end of the day, those players got leverage. The
They do.
league don't.
I
The
just don't
league,
understand the league is what I'm talking about.
I'm telling you, the league got the posture because they don't want to look weak, even though they're looking weak already. Because, like I said, they keep changing the proposals. Because if you had all leverage, you wouldn't change nothing. This is my proposal. Take it or leave it.
Well, the more you keep changing it, the more weaker. Never
Yeah,
mind.
but it is. But that's the truth. But they still don't want to appear like that. Like I said again, going back to the parent scenario, the child know the real truth about the parent, But yeah, she gonna show out in front of her friends because, like I said again, she don't want to look weak in front of her friends when it comes to
Go
her
sit
parenting
down.
style. That's what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying. She don't want to look weak in front of her parenting style because now her friends gonna look at you a certain kind of way. Now they not gonna
Mm-hmm.
respect you, and so
Mm-hmm.
she had to posture. You know, the child know the truth and the parent know the truth,
They
and so
do.
and that's what it is. It's all posturing, but they gonna get this done because they don't have any leverage. And because even like in other like even if it was the NBA, let's just say if this was NBA negotiation table, a lot of those like the lower level players, they don't have
Mm-hmm.
no money to go get to keep their income flowing while say they sit out, say they try to get a better deal. But WNBA they still got a rival. WNBA still got Project B. WNBA still got Athletes Unlimited.
Athletes Unlimited, yeah.
So all those
And
players
and the overseas.
and the overseas and all that. So all those players still getting paid.
Well, hold
It,
on. I want to play before you continue.
yeah, you got it.
I just want to play the responses by the two stars you are
Hmm.
talking about. Hold on one second. I just thought because a lot of people was running around online talking about Caitlin got the right idea. We just want basketball. Let me get to it before we where they go. God damn it! It's always messing with me, chat, because I all right, mess with me. That's okay. I got it. I'll pull it down. Oh Lord. Hold on one second. Let me remove that. Oh, Caitlin. Refresh. Well, here we go. Uh, All right, gonna hit Caitlin first.
I think the most important thing for myself, thinking about these CBA negotiations, like this is the biggest one the WNBA has ever seen, and it's not something that can be messed up. And we're gonna fight for everything that we deserve, but at the same time, like we need to play basketball. That's what our fans crave, and that's what all of you crave as well. Is you want the product on the floor. And at the end of the day, that's how you make the money. That's how your market is. That's what the fans get excited about. That's what the fans want to show up for. So, it's business and it's a negotiation, and there has to be compromise on both sides. I think the most important thing for myself.
Okay. Angel, y'all. Then we're gonna talk about it.
Like the Young and Turk crew is what we're fighting for. I mean, the vets have done a great job being able to speak up for us and do a lot of things and being that good side too. All of them have done a great job, and they're doing it for our generation, for the next to come. I think it's obviously going back and forth, but I think it's really important for us to continue to be involved with everything. I think just all of the things we're doing collectively coming together and being one and being on one accord and not stopping until we get what we want. Like the Young and Turk crew is what.
So I got a question, Deval.
Hmm.
Was Caitlin trying to send a smoke signal to the ladies in the WNBA that they need to negotiate so we can play basketball? Or was she still in solidarity with the ladies on getting what they deserve, no matter what, even if it comes to a strike?
I would say this. I think there's two things could be true in that statement with Caitlyn.
Mm-hmm.
I think part of it is she's still solidarity with what I'm saying with the players because she wasn't she'll been across the other side. She have every right to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Caitlyn, this is why I feel like Caitlyn is right. And I know people think I'm a Caitlyn Clark fan. I don't like her no more than y'all like her. But this is why I say she's right. Be fair, but don't be unreasonable.
uh,
Like I said, Fee, yeah, let's get that percentage up to 33%, because I heard that's the goal. They want
okay.
that 33% revenue. Don't try to get it to 50.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Come on. You got to be realistic here.
Mm.
Especially when y'all is not having anything to do with the revenue itself. The two women having everything to do with that revenue. And I put Paige a District 3.
Mm-hmm.
They should have a say of where their revenue need to be at for us to be like, you know what, we good on that. So that's why I'm saying yes. That's why I say she's right in the fact of yes, if you're gonna fight for 'cause I know one thing they want to fight for is like child care. Like I said, somebody get maternity leave, they get paid for that. They want
Mm-hmm.
to fight for. I think every team has to have a practice facility. I
Mm-hmm.
think 7 out of 30.
Athletic trainer on
Yeah,
staff, stuff like that.
I know. I think already 7 or 8 out of 13 WNBA teams already got either a training facility or one in the works.
Mm-hmm.
So that's already kind of agreed upon. And then I think like the health insurance part, they want a better health insurance plan. So like stuff like that is reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
But if like I said, the WNBA willing to go to 30% of revenue, and your goal is 33%. If y'all meet at 32%, okay, that should be a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be so hell bent saying, hey, we want 40% no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when y'all not the reason why the revenue is being brought in. That's why I could agree with Caitlin Clark when it comes to that. Because if let's say if Fee and NECA, the ones that's speaking for the players, if they was the reason bringing in revenue, then yes, you can stand on what you think the revenue split should be when it comes to the league and the players. But if those two women and a distant third page is the ones that bringing in that revenue, then they need to be the ones to tell y'all what's the number that's fair, not y'all. And so that's why they need to be included on what what happened in negotiation. Because at the end of the day, be firm, be realistic, don't be unreasonable. Especially if y'all not the reason why the revenue is coming in. Because
Mm-hmm.
like I said, y'all could have been unreasonable in 2020. But y'all ain't had no revenue bringing in like that. So y'all had to take what they gave y'all. So now don't act, unreasonable now when y'all not the reason for that. So include those women on what they think is the right number for the strike to end, so everybody can play basketball in 2026 season. If that makes sense.
I understand completely where you're coming from, Duvall. I think in my opinion, Caitlin is still sending like a mixed signal to her W players and out to the league. I understand where she's coming from, that they want the product on the floor because all of us want the product on the floor. We can't wait to get it back on the
Yeah.
floor. We none of us want them to strike. Trust me and believe that.
Yeah.
But I think the reason why I would say for her, and I don't know what's going on in her mind, I'm not going to even try to understand that. I'm just saying when you're dealing with a league like the WNBA, and they know that you have Caitlin Clark and you have Angel Reese, and the first deal they came at with you with was under 15%.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's a slap. If anything, that's a slap in the face to Caitlin Clark, because I just don't understand how you come to the table with that, with the amount of growth
Yeah.
that those two young ladies brought to your league. Now, I do understand not being unreasonable, because when you're negotiating, you don't want to be just throwing out numbers and you have no intention of negotiating. You know how some people just look, if you don't give me 55,
Yeah.
that's just a person that don't want to negotiate.
Yeah,
That's just
that's what I'm
crazy.
saying. Mm-hmm.
They just, but I do understand when they get close to the number, they all efforts on both sides
Yes.
need to come together to make a deal work so they can avoid a strike. I'm just wanting her and the ladies, the two premier and the ladies, to stay firm in their convictions. They can talk amongst themselves about that stuff you was talking about, but with a league like them over there posturing,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't let them see not one crack. But I do understand where she's coming from, because of course we want the product on the floor. And as Angel has said before, basketball is the reason why she's here.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to play basketball. So
Show that chart that I sent you today with their latest proposal, because
oh yeah. Well,
remember
before we do that, let me read what the
the WNBA.
what the WNBA say that, and then we'll go right to that right after. Hold on, let me get right back to that. Yeah, because I want to make sure we get WNBA's response to them.
Yeah, official statement. Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this. Put this back up here. All right. I'm gonna read it for y'all because I know it's little. Okay, the WNBA did respond to the players, and they said the WNBA released the following statement today. Never mind. We are aware that the players have voted to authorize the executive committee to call a strike if the executive committee decides to take that step in the future. While we acknowledge the players' right to authorize a future work stoppage, we strongly disagree with the WNBPA's characterization of the current state of negotiation, which fundamentally misrepresents the ongoing discussions taking place at the bargaining table. It is difficult to understand claims that the league is resistant to change, particularly given that we are proposing numerous CBA modifications, including significant immediate salary increases and a new uncapped revenue sharing model that would ensure continued salary growth tied to revenue growth. The league remains steadfast in its commitment to reaching an agreement as soon as possible and delivering a 30th season for the players, fans, teams, and partners. We have negotiated in good faith and with urgency and remain focused on finalizing a new collective bargaining agreement that not only meaningfully enhances player pay, benefits, and experience, but also does so in a way that ensures the long-term growth of the game and the league's capacity to serve the next generation of WNBA players. The only thing I would say is WNBA. That's why I asked you about the posture. We are past the deadline. Mm-hmm. So what are you still posturing for? Uh-huh. This is the second extension, right?
Yeah, that's second extension.
That we're on.
I think it ends January 4th, I believe.
January 9th is what they, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What are we still posturing for?
Because they're trying to keep it as low as possible. Even though they don't have no leverage. Mm-hmm. See? And this one I'm going to give you credit for, Lakeisha. Mm-hmm. Remember, you always wanted that number to get to $2 million.
Yep.
It's already $2 million.
They say they proposing what? Raise max salaries from above 1.3 million, growing to nearly 2 million over the life of the deal. Raise average salaries above 530,000, growing to more than 770,000 over the life of the deal.
That's why I say they don't have no leverage. But why they keep raising the number if they had leverage? They know they don't have no leverage. So they're going to keep raising the number until they get to a number that these women want. You say you want to get it to 2 million at least. They already 2 million. So now they're going to get it past that. Uh-huh. And so that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, they're posturing because they don't want to look weak. Even Adam Silver came out and said that they're going to get the deal done.
Yeah, because they might posture too long and end up giving too much up.
But hey,
the longer this go on.
But in their mind, they ain't giving too much up because they made a lot as it is. They know that. There's a reason why they're getting teams left and right coming into the league. They don't have 18 teams by 2030. They good financially. I promise you that. They just, they just trying to keep the salary as low as possible because they still want to make that enormous salary that they got accustomed to making the last 2 years. But no. The players want their money. And you're not going to sit on their money while, you getting rich and happy. You finna get some of that up.
I think that I said this I'm going to show something. This right here, what you just said, let me show you something. I said this on the last year. I was like, what do y'all think the salary cap should be? And God be goddamn the ball. Like you were saying, trying to move that thing to 5 million. See, I think they just need to, I don't know, Duvall. I just don't know why they're not going to win this battle. I don't know why they keep posturing.
They're not.
They're not going to win this.
They don't want to look weak. And so they gonna go. They gonna get what they want, kicking and screaming. Mm-hmm. They are, as of right now, WNBA is a child that's having a tantrum. That's all. And they really don't want. And think about this. If you Kathy Engelberg, do you really want to give in that easily after Nafisa called you out the way she did? You don't want to look that weak.
Well,
but I'm saying you don't want to look that weak. Come on now, Lakeisha.
Well, they already do. That's my point.
That's why they gonna drag this out as long as possible, and then at last minute they gonna get it done. Because at the end of the day, they can say, "Hey, we gave it a fight." Because they would have gave in from the beginning after Nafisa did what she did towards Kathy. Oh man, you might as well, you know what I'm saying? You might as well remove Kathy and put somebody else in there. You know that's what y'all want anyway.
They gonna do it anyway, I think.
Because
I
think
could be
about this,
wrong.
and this is the best cliche I can give you. I remember one of my favorite hosts, but Monty Jones on his, you know what I'm saying, on his podcast. If you ever like sports and you know what I'm saying, somebody that's speaking to like coaching and stuff like that, check out Bernard Jones podcast. One of the things that he said, which is always true, he said the man is the man of the house. Once the boy beat up the man of the house, he ain't the man of the house no more. He got to move out. The boy is the man of the house. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And so that's the same thing with, you know what I'm saying, with Kathy. If the Nafisa would have scathed her the way she did, and then she gave in right away, she ain't the commissioner no more. You might as well put Nafisa, her husband now. He's commissioner now.
So
But
they
now,
doing all this so they can keep Kathy in her spot?
no, they're doing all this because Kathy needs to save face so they could try to keep her in her spot.
Okay. Okay. Po Kathy.
Because think about it. If they remove Kathy, how would that make Adam Silver look? Now he look weak. Because that's his appointed person. That's his right hand man. You see what I'm saying? That's
Mm-hmm.
who he wants there. So if you remove her because those women wanted her out, how do that make Adam Silver look? Especially if there's no scandal or anything associated with her name. How would that make him look? So everybody trying to save face in this situation on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Silver trying to save his face, save his reputation. Kathy Engelbert trying to save her reputation. And so they try to do everything they can so they could give the women what they want. But slow play it in a way where they could feel like they still, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
made them sweat, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to say on it.
I agree with you. I just don't know if it's they still gonna look like they still gonna have their pants down
Yes.
when it's all said and done. I
Yeah.
mean, tomorrow say when it's all said and done, I think they still gonna have their pants down.
That's true, because it's no different than if you acting up at school and your mom beat your ass at school or she beat your ass at home, you still gonna get your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no escaping that. You still gonna get that ass whooped. You still gonna get that extension cord. If you know back in the day how that extension cord felt, you know what it was. And so if she do it at school or she do it at the house, either way, you still gonna get it. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like ain't no escaping it. You know what I'm saying? What they said what's gonna come eventually, gonna come immediately.
I think Duvall too. If they get to 30% revenue, I think they'll sign the deal.
Yeah. And that's why I think what Caitlin talking about. Because like I said, the number I'm hearing was 33%. 33 and high 36.
Mm-hmm.
The WNPA want to do like 15 to 16. That's the number they want to sit at. Because remember, first of all, WNBA didn't want revenue sharing at all.
Mm.
Remember, they didn't want that at all. And the woman like, nah. You finna come off of that revenue. So now they at 15% from what I'm hearing.
Mm.
The goal is they want to get it at 33, 36%.
Mm-hmm.
So if they get at 30, that's when Caitlin will be like, okay, come on, let's play.
Let's sign and then play.
You know what I'm saying? It's 30%. We good, you know what I'm saying? When we have to do a negotiation 4 years from now, when we really got that money roll in, then we'll increase it to 40 or whatnot. But as of right now, let's be. That's why I say she's on the side of the player, but she still want. Let's be reasonable, because NECA and Nafisa, and I even say Satu, yes, y'all speak on behalf of the players, and they cool with that, but y'all ain't making the money, so y'all can't make decisions like you know what I'm saying. Y'all bringing in the money, y'all bringing in the household. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't the man of the house. Kaden Angel is the man of the house, and paid to a small degree. So they should be deciding where their revenue should be at. Y'all ain't bringing in the money, so y'all can't make decisions.
But they also need to make sure their counterparts are doing well because that the amount of money that some of these players are making that they and the amount of things that these teams don't have available to them
Mm-hmm.
makes it hard. That this is one of the reasons why it's hard to attract players to teams that are not run well.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not getting a great salary, why would you go to a Chicago Sky that's run like a mom and pop
Yep.
shop? Why would you go? Why would you put yourself in that situation? You might end up owing them money by the time you finish up in there.
And see, this is what really get those women leverage. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, 2021, Mark Davis bought the Vegas Aces for what, 3 million?
Something like that. Yeah.
$3 million. I just seen a fourth thing today. Do you know the lowest paid team is the Atlanta Dream with 190?
Yeah.
That's the lowest. And
Yeah.
and Atlanta Dream,
Regardless of how popular you think the dream is, they making money.
yeah. So 190 million. This is 5 years later.
Mm-hmm.
It was just 3 million with the Vegas Aces.
That's
In
like being at
2021.
the crap table. I
You hit good.
hit.
Especially if you're on the cruise ship, when you hit good, you go stay up to that top deck where they serve pizza and ice cream and stuff at midnight. You doing well, I'm telling you. Go on Comfort Cruise Line, you don't know what I'm talking about. You know.
Duval. That's like buying something for. You imagine buying something 5 years later. It didn't like almost.
No,
What?
no.
How many times over that money then made you
No.
from
I
three
can tell.
million to that?
No, Lakeisha. You know well as I know. Remember when there was a time a Big Mac value meal was $3?
I remember. Oh yeah, I remember.
That shit $10 now.
It is. It's almost like going to a restaurant. I said, what
Basically,
the
$10. That won't even go no more. Hey, y'all got it.
hell?
I remember a Big Mac quarter pound with cheese value
It
meal used
was
to be four.
$2.99,
Yeah.
Jamal.
I remember quarter pound cheese value meal used to be double quarter pound cheese value meal used to be $4.25. That shit costs just as much as a pizza. So that's what I'm saying. So if the
Uh-huh.
value of the teams are going up, those players know that, and those owners know that, so they're gonna have to come off that money. They can't sit on that money when we see a team go from $3 million to now. I think the Vegas Aces, I think their team value is worth 300 now. Either 250 to 300. I know Dallas is 250, Chicago Sky 240, and I think Vegas Aces is like above them. So if all these team money going up from $3 million that Vegas Aces had paid for to like 250, 300 million, you can't sit on that money. You're gonna have to come off of that.
Hold on. AC said, Keisha, these contracts are league wide and regulated by the organization. So if let's say the minimum league is 1 million, then Chicago has to pay the league minimum of 1 million. I agree. AC Shot Time Kevin. What I was saying is with a league minimum of that, you can okay, even if the organization is not run as well as it should be, you can still be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But before, if you making like 50, 60,000 and you in a city like Chicago and it's not run that well, the organization, then you
Yeah.
you in a catch 22.
And then on top of that, add this to it. And this is where you're all right, Lakeisha. If Chicago could get away with paying bare minimum, they gonna pay bare minimum.
Right. And
They're
that's
not
why you
gonna.
have to mandate it.
You're not going to. They're not going to try to take care of the players in a way where, you know what I'm saying, where they could really feel comfortable. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, they ain't even want to get their practice facility. Angel Bay don't get that kicking and screaming. That's why they want to get her ass up out of there. Because now she changed the standards of what a good organization should look like. And
Mm.
that's what they really mad about, if you want to be honest. That's
They
why they were
gonna
mad about that's why they were mad about her saying what she said in that newspaper article with Julia Pope. Because she is raising the standard of what a good organization should look like. And they so used to Deladon, to Sylvia Viles, to Katie Parker, to Kyle Copper, to, you know what I'm saying, Lana Smith, all these Hall of Famers being mistreated and being treated with the bare minimum of care, of love
it's
as
hard to get out
possible.
of that mindset.
And they've been doing it for so long
Mm-hmm.
Now they got the wrong goddamn person they try to do that shit against.
Mm-hmm.
And Angel like, no, 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 no. I'm bigger than the program. See, those other women, they weren't bigger than the motherfucking program. I'm bigger than the program. Y'all finna come goddamn correct today. Y'all
Yeah,
finna raise y'all goddamn
and
standards.
I know people from Chicago be like, no, I understand where y'all coming from. It's not the city of Chicago. That's everybody. Look, I'll take it on back because I know people get sensitive. I'm from Louisiana,
Yes.
and we want to cuss out um
Bensons.
Miss Benson. She's a
It,
nice lady.
it
She
was the
be on
Mr.
the
Benson. Mr.
look.
Benson was cheap.
Yeah, he was cheap.
Mm-hmm.
She carrying on that cheap legacy to a certain extent.
And before you keep going, to talk about the Bensons, they said the Bensons in the NFL had the worst training staff in the league. It wasn't even close. That's why all
Now,
their players used to get injured a
certain
lot.
things, when you start talking about, like you said, about certain things, when you run in a sports organization,
Mm-hmm.
nobody should have to tell you
Mm-hmm.
you need a trainer on staff.
Mm-hmm.
You need facilities for recovery, at least partner with a recovery company so to help your players, even if it's not in your building.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about things that high schools have.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact,
So,
I give a perfect example, and then I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna let you
and
cook.
then we're gonna get off of it. Yeah.
Yeah, the Clippers. When the
Mm.
Clippers were ran by Donald Sterling, that was the cheapest organization in sports.
Mm-hmm. I
It was
got you.
historically bad how cheap they was. Once they made Donald Sterling sell it because he kind of dissed Magic Johnson, you don't diss Magic Johnson,
Yeah,
you
he was
know what I'm
over there
saying?
talking crazy and got exposed.
Once
Yeah.
once they got bought out and got bought out by Balmer, who is probably maybe the 10th richest man in the world.
He somewhere around up there. He rich.
He rich, rich. And so
Yeah.
once you get bought out by him, now the Clippers organization, still the same organization, but the mindset changed.
The
Now they
mindset
got
has changed.
now they got a new arena that better than the Lakers arena.
It
That cost
is.
$5 billion. Now they got top of the line training staff. Now they got top of the line practice facilities. Now they got more scouting departments and everything else that they never had before with Donald Sterling. See, same organization, but a different owner changed the whole complexity of an organization. So when
Mindset.
Chicago Sky eventually sell, and I hope they sell sooner rather than later, and that new owner come in, most likely that new owner gonna have enough money to really elevate the things around the organization to make that organization look presentable and competent among other WNBA players. But as of right now, that's not the case. That's why Chicago Sky don't have no chance of winning, and that's why when Angel talk, we need to make the playoffs next year. I'm saying, Angel, you wishful thinking. I'm just being honest.
You ain't no good.
I'm just being honest.
You leave my baby alone and let her dream.
Yeah, I told her that in her comment. You wishful thinking.
Angel, I'm here with you. I'm gonna be rooting you all the way. Don't listen to the ball. You keep it up on your what you call it, what my girls say, the vision board. You
Yeah.
keep it on the vision board.
You keep praying to Jesus about it.
Well, we're gonna move on to the next topic. We're gonna talk about Angel and Caitlin making these millions. The Forbes and did a list, the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Before I get into this Forbes list, y'all, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the Players Club, please subscribe to the Players Club. And also subscribe to my channel, Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports, because I am your beautiful host and I always do everything y'all need me to do. So please, all you got to do is click the buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. All right, the ball.
Mm-hmm.
The women is out here trying to they trying to make up some ground. The men is beating them by a mile. I say it like that. But this list from Forbes is the world's highest paid female athletes.
Yeah.
Total earnings was $293 million. Let me go past that. Number one, the tennis players, like we was talking offline, the tennis players are not playing. Number one on the list was Coco Golf. She earned almost close to 33 million in the year of 2025. I might need to get a racket and get some kids and teach them some tennis because she making some money, Deval.
Yep.
She's number one on this list. Coco Golf was number one. On the field, she made 8 million. Off the field, she made 25 million in endorsements.
Yep.
And one through like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Deval. It's all tennis players.
People don't understand how much tennis players make money.
And one ski player from China.
And think about this when it comes to tennis players. And the way they make money is based on discrimination and racism too. Cause think about this: Maria Sharapova was making more than Serena Williams, who was considered the best ever for a long period of time. Maria Sharapova, who is a Hall of Famer herself, she have a Hall of Fame career. She won just as many Grand Slams as what Venus, believe it or not. But Serena, the greatest ever, and she made more money than Serena. Think about that for a second. But let's keep going.
I'm just telling you, look. All right, Sabalenka making 30. This other girl, Madison Keys. I like Madison. 13 million. Naomi, 12 million. So yeah, the tennis players are rocking in the women's sports. We're gonna get to the next slide. Let me go back. I'm gonna go past that. Okay. Caitlin Clark came in at 11. Angel Reese came in at 15. Sabrina Ionescu came in at 13. Paige came in at 16. Women's basketball is taken off because Caitlin made 12 million off the field. Lord, that's so depressing. 0.1. I don't even know what that is on the field. Yeah.
Remember her salary was like 80,000. So I guess they made that and that was the case.
Yeah. And Sabrina made 10 million off the field. And Angel made 9. Paige made close to 9, 8.9. So what you think? Deval? The women's basketball players are trying to get into the top 10, but I would say 2 years ago, I don't know if they had multiple people like this on a Forbes list. So I'll let you get your comments off.
And I want to shout out to Dolores and the South Carolina tribe because I want them to know where's Asia on this list. I mean, I thought the GOAT, says all these accomplishments. She supposed to be face the league. What her name at? But no, we're gonna keep going.
You gotta keep going. Asia ain't had I told you about throwing them digs. Asia ain't had the right people. Shut up, Devon.
Where Asia? We gonna keep going.
Shut up. She behind the 8 ball a little bit, but she trying to catch up. Leave her alone.
We gonna keep going. So, but I agree with this list for the most part. I kind of disagree on Asia's salary, and the only reason why I disagree on Asia's salary because we also know when it comes to Forbes get their salary based on what's being reported, because everything get reported to the IRS or whatnot, and that's how they get their numbers. But with Angel's situation, she get a percentage of her shoe. I don't think that got reported yet. I don't think those numbers get reported till like the end of the year. And so I don't think that get added to her salary. In addition, think about this. The Victoria's Secret runway show. Is that reported too?
Look, let me tell you something. You know good men.
So I'm thinking her number's more than this. That's what I'm thinking.
It might go. It depends because Forbes works on a fiscal whatever so it's probably not all of 2025 because we still in 2025. It probably was part of a set time frame with how they do these rankings. So
yeah. Because I know, like I said again, and you got to think about Angel also is equity owner of a soccer team. She equity owner of a rival league, and she equity owner of Reebok. And I don't think those numbers got reported either, because you can't report those. And so it's like that's why I think Angel number is low. But but nevertheless, with those three women in particular, with their salaries is at what is that? It's inspiration to a lot of women that's coming up like the Juju Watkins. I know Juju Watkins got a good Nike deal that say that Caitlyn got. I think hers is just as much as Caitlyn's because she got her deal after Caitlyn. And then you
Mm-hmm.
got the Sarah Stones and what I'm saying, like I said,
And all the
Flage,
ones coming up, Flage. Yeah.
what I'm saying, with her rap career and stuff like that, and maybe she could get a lot of sponsorships too. And like I said again, you got and you know what? And I'm gonna give a shout out to Flage Mama
Mm-hmm.
because Paige got $9 million. Her mama have a lot to do with that. Her mama's her manager, so if she did that for Paige. I'm pretty sure she could do that for Flage, and
Mm-hmm.
she could really put Flage in positions to really capitalize financially. So I'm gonna expect Flage to have her name on this list soon. And so I do want to give a shout out to Kill Brooks. She run her mouth too much.
Shut up.
But nevertheless, but uh, but like
And
I
they
said,
talk a lot of stuff the rugby player. She made $8 million off the field.
yeah, and she's the most popular rugby player too.
Mm-hmm.
And even like I want to say also I want to throw out like Sarah Strong. What I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
she seems like she being very popularized right now. She look like she's the next great player that's coming out of college. That what I'm saying, they're gonna be generational type. So again, WNBA they coming up.
Mm-hmm.
They no longer in the background. They no longer on the back pages. They on the front page now. They in the A section, and that's good.
Mm-hmm.
And so at the end of the day, these women got to continue to maximize not only their basketball playing career, but their beauty and their personality,
Right.
and allow themselves to be showcased among the world so they could get whatever sponsorships and opportunities that's available for them. Because like I said, and I said this before, the number one consumer in the world are women and not men. Women are the number one consumers. And
Right.
so women have the most opportunity to make the money that they need to make because they could showcase the sale to the people that really buys the products, which are the women. And so like I said again, congratulations to those ladies. Caitlin, congratulations to her. Congratulations to Angel. Congratulations to Sabrina. Like I said, Sabrina, she got a great shoe and she's in New York. New York matters. New York matters a hell of a lot of what I'm saying, than a lot of other places in the world. And so congratulations to those ladies. Hopefully, like within the next 2 to 3 years, we see more women on there. We see Asia one day on there. In all seriousness, hopefully we see the feast on there. We're on Rival League. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Hopefully we see, like I said, Flage on there. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, like I said, what Flage Mama did for Paige, because that's Paige manager. Hopefully she could do that plus some for Flage. And whoever else she tried to make as a client.
And Duvall, you remember you was one live stream talking that smack, and I told you Naomi Osaka that made a lot of money.
Hmm?
Only Naomi Osaka, 57 million in 2021, and Serena Williams in 45 million in 2021 have earned more in a single year.
Oh, I wasn't knocking that on Naomi Osaka ain't made no money. Oh, she made a lot of money. She a beautiful woman. What I'm
She
knocking
in
is,
one single year.
I know. I'm not knocking that. What I'm knocking when it came on Naomi, I said she declined. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think I
yeah.
don't I don't
But
think
you know most athletes do.
but no, what I'm saying declining, I don't think her popularity is what it was. Like in
It's
2021.
waning. Yeah.
It's waning real
It's
bad.
waning because she hadn't really been.
I think a couple things hurt her. Remember she came out with the mental health thing and what I'm saying, and then the conservative community kind of say she weaponized that
Coco
hurt.
Golf took off. So
And then also, what I'm saying, she had a child by, a dude that wasn't really
don't
it
talk
it
about
it it,
it.
it,
Don't do it,
it didn't
Devon.
present as a brand image. I'm gonna just put it that way. And so like a lot of those things really kind of tainted her brand.
Uh-huh.
Unlike when what I'm saying when she came out in like 2018 when she beat Serena in the finals.
Uh-huh.
That when she really was at her peak. That
Mm-hmm.
when she was really beloved by the what I'm saying, the world and Serena embraced her that day, and that really helped her like her brand recognition. But like I said again, a lot of decisions that she had made,
Mm-hmm.
especially since what I'm saying, she came out with her mental health issues and stuff like that. It's just like people don't
You know how
really,
people are.
yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
don't really rock with her. They don't really connect with her like they once did. And so that's why so my point was not that she wasn't making no money. She making money. It was like
She was
her
very popular.
yeah, her
That,
brand recognition is not what it once was.
yeah.
But
What do you think about the paradox though, Deval? Female athletes, 72% of their money go off the field. Male athletes, 71% on the field.
because again,
Hmm.
the male had a head start when it comes to building that audience when it comes to their playing career. That's why
Hmm.
they can make 53, 54. Like I said, they said Luka making 75 million for his new contract a year now.
Crazy.
And so when you got money like that, when you already got a built in,
It's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying, built in success with, you know what I'm saying, with people buying your product, you know what I'm saying, you already at a good pole position. Like I said, the women just start taking off 2 years ago.
True.
That's what y'all don't understand. Y'all, yeah, the WNBA been around for 28 years, but they ain't really start taking off to 2 years ago.
Hmm.
So like the conversation gonna really get interesting when Caitlyn and Angel at the end of their career. And the
Hmm.
question is gonna be who gonna take their mantle. Hopefully it's gonna be a Juju. Hopefully it's gonna be a say a fly to somebody that could take the torch for them and keep it going. And then the next thing gonna be like where's WNBA gonna really be as far as popularity wise, if it's still gonna be at a better place when it comes to the consumer consumption of the WNBA, where those salaries could go from, like I said, now they're trying to get it to 2 million average, which I think they're gonna get higher than that before the CBA all said and done. What happened 10 years from now, Angel and Caitlin could get to 10 million a year,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
or if not 15 million. We
Hmm.
don't know. Like I said, when a lot of these teams are coming in, like they're gonna have 15 teams by 2030. So, like I said, whether it's 2025, let's just say 2035. Let's just say they might have, 22 teams at that point. Where the salary's going to be at then. And then that's when we're going to really see where the paradigm going to be at when it comes to WNBA players and their money compared to what it is right now.
Hmm. I agree. And as y'all see on this graphic, tennis still reigns in women's sports, but women's basketball has made some leaps with having four athletes, and then after them is golf and track. But they got four. Women's basketball got four athletes on this list.
Let me give a shout out to Shot. I just read your comment again. You're
Hmm.
right. Angel did make 7 figures in that one running ratio.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's why I said a lot of those numbers ain't get reported yet.
Hmm.
So that number got to get reported. Her equity in three, I think she got two soccer teams she got equity in. Cause I think she owned another one. So she got two ownership of teams. She got like I said, she got the equity in Robin, and she got the equity in Reebok, and she get a percentage of her shoe, each shoe that she sell. And so it's like that number is misleading. But again, Forbes can only report what they, what I'm saying, what a person filing they like what it comes to IRS and they taxes and stuff. That's where they get a lot of their numbers from.
Hmm.
And so, but like when you got ownership equity, you don't have to report a lot of that stuff.
Right. 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 Right.
So again, we're gonna see, and this that's the next step for these women. Instead of just getting this money and like buying purses and stuff like that, start putting ownership in stuff.
Right.
Start putting ownership in real estate. Start putting ownership in soccer teams and basketball teams. Start putting yourself in a position where like LeBron tried to do with the NBA, but I think Kayla Angel can do it in the WNBA.
Oh,
I
okay.
wouldn't I wouldn't be surprised if both of those women by the end of their career put themselves in a position where they could be minority owners of one of these teams.
Hmm.
That's what the next step need to be for these WNBA ladies. That's why I'm so happy for Nafisa with the rivalry. She put ownership in something that could grow. That's what these women need to start doing. Stop buying these purses and dresses and all that. Put money and equity in stuff that can make you money, even if you sit your ass down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the next step
I
needs to
agree.
be. That's what the next step need to be. And I say the same thing about the men. Instead of buying these cars with these rims and shit like that, and these houses
Right.
that you sleep in 10 times a year, put your money in equity. Put your money in stocks. Put your money in buying franchises and allow your money to grow. That's what needs to happen. That's like I said, people need to start putting their money in digital TV. Because that's what the landscape going to at. Cause cable is dying. Digital TV is coming up with the Netflix and the YouTube and the Hulu's and all that.
I agree.
People need to start putting their money in that. So it's just like at the end of the day, people need to start thinking big picture when it comes to their financial situations, so they can have money long after they retire, and their children and their grandchildren have money long after you gone.
And one of the look, I go through the takeaways. Women's sports is on a 13% growth path. Yes, tennis is still dominant, but the diversity is growing in women's sports. We talked about the gap between the females and the male.
Mm-hmm.
This WNBA $2.2 billion media deal
Mm-hmm.
is going to help. Is going to help significantly. And new leagues like Unrivaled will accelerate growth and create competition for talent. Also, like to Duvall's point, female athletes are evolving into savvy entrepreneurs, building business empires through equity partnerships, content production. Because a lot of them have their own podcasts. They making money in $100 million ways.
Yeah.
and investment. So I think some of the male athletes need to take some classes on you can use your money to build stuff too,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna throw out. I'm gonna go back to Asia Wilson for a second. Like you, Asia, you publicizing your relationship now because you're comfortable with it. That's cool. Make money off of it too. Why won't you and your boyfriend get a podcast together? So y'all can
Yeah,
talk
they're
about
both basketball players.
yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all can both talk about the WNBA and the NBA experience and see what the difference is and see what each side go through and stuff like that. People will watch that. People will sign up to see what Asia and Bam talk or think about when it comes to their NBA careers and stuff like that. So it's like they have to think like business people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why when I get on Asia, it's like she's so behind, but now she's catching back up. I just wish she would have been foresight years ago, and I think she would have been in a better position now financially.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, she's fine. But like I said, yeah, it's just stuff that's out there that she could really capitalize on.
Capitalize on.
She gotta go get it.
Yeah, she gotta go get it. It's time to go get it. This the time.
You got even like the stud, but they making money. I wouldn't be surprised they ain't making $1 million this year just with they stud, but saying content and stuff like that and sponsorships and stuff. It's money to be made.
Yeah, there's money to be made, man. They better stop playing.
Yeah, there's money to be made.
I mean, go for 13%.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Do you think it's gonna get to a point to where the women will eventually catch up to the men?
Hell no. And I say that because the men have such a head start. It's hard to catch up.
Yeah, they do.
It's hard to catch up.
The NBA got to bottom out at some point, right?
Yeah, they got to bottom out, but the WNBA is so behind. Like I said, WNBA started 2 years ago. Think about it. I can tell you the ticket prices caught up with the men. Cause I can tell you this for a fact, and we could Google this to confirm this.
What?
I remember when Angel and Caitlin played opening day, they said that game outsold every NBA game opening day except for the ring ceremony with Boston. Every game, every opening game. That means the Lakers game with LeBron James. That means Phoenix Sun game with with Kevin Durant and whoever your Steph Curry and the Warriors on their opening night game, it outsold every NBA arena game, opening day game, except for the Boston Celtics ring ceremony. Caitlin Angel, opening day game.
Mm-hmm.
Ticket prices outsold every NBA game except for one. So the ticket prices already caught up with the men.
Mm-hmm.
But the TV deal, the men were so far ahead, even if they taper out, it'd be hard for them women to catch back up.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
they ain't have their Michael Jordan yet. You know, and what I mean by that is like Michael Jordan took the NBA from a certain salary to the stratosphere salary that they are getting now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James and the Steph Currys of the world and Kobe Bryant continued that rise. You know, Jordan put them in a place where where they made the gap bigger than life than it wouldn't have if it wasn't a Michael Jordan in that situation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's why we hope, like the Juju, can the Juju take this lead when she comes in? And as Caitlin Angel career kind of decline, can she take that lead to another place where the salary be exorbitant because of her star power
Right.
and
Right.
her greatness and her being in the NIL era and the social media era? Can she take it to a place where those salaries jump because now when they renegotiate the TV deal for not the next CBA in 2030, 2022, because I think Caitlin Angel still will be at a peak, but the one like in 2036 to 2040, maybe that's to be the one where that salary could be at a point where it really could rival like a lot of these other leagues.
Right. Right. Right.
So it's just a matter of can the WNBA put these women in a position where they always have somebody else to take the torch for the people who left the torch for them.
I I agree. It's just the men do have such a they have such a head start that I don't know if they'll ever catch him, but I will say this.
Mm,
They women's sports is is making a lot of money,
yeah.
and that is why these negotiations are so important
Mm,
because they don't want to be caught like they was 2 years ago. They couldn't the money. They just lost that money to the WNBA. They just pocketed all their money.
hmm They
Pocket
can't
all
get
that
that
money.
bad, but they could, you know what I'm saying? They could stop. They could
They can
get for
start
that.
making payments for the future.
Yeah, for going forward. Cause think
Mm-hmm.
about this. This going back to the NBA. This is what I was talking about. When Magic Bird set the foundation, they passed the torch to Jordan. Jordan
Mm-hmm.
took it to a place. Once he was done, he passed the torch to Kobe. Kobe and Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe and Shaq, specifically Kobe, took it to a place when he passed it to LeBron. LeBron took it to a place where he shared it with Steph Curry. And now they're at a taper off place because, like I said, there's nobody who could take the torch now. Because who is that next person? Because everybody that's supposed to be the next person, they names got so stained, they tainted, that, you know what I'm saying, they can't be the face now.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not the next person. So now the league is kind of taper off at it right now. But
Mm-hmm.
the WNBA need to get to that point where Caitlin Angel lays the foundation. Can they pass it to Juju and Juju take it to a place? And then whoever after Juju that person after Juju take it to a place where the South could keep growing, 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 where they could get to a respectable place from a basketball on the court standpoint financially.
And the ball, the WNBA has to push.
Hmm
They have to decide who they're gonna push because if you think about this list, three of those ladies, two of those ladies, they came in with a following from college.
Yeah,
Sabrina and the Sabrina shoes is very, very um successful.
and New
It's take
York.
yeah, and she's in New York, and it's taking her because her fan base in New York
Yeah,
is a representative of the global world. You know, New
yeah.
York is
It's the Mecca. Even internationally, New York is the Mecca. New
yeah,
York
yeah.
is the standard.
So if you have certain players in strategic places, you need to
Yeah.
push them. I'm even saying like Sabrina don't get pushed by the WNBA like
Oh,
that. You know what I mean? Even though she in the Mecca.
yeah.
So the WNBA, and especially in places like Chicago, New York, Vegas, California, you need to pick a star to push
Mhm.
WNBA,
What
especially in your big pond places. So,
what WNBA needs to start doing is start treating the WNBA PA like they the ops and treat them like partners. I mean, I'm being serious. That's
you
what
sound
that's
like they're
what
the
they,
ops.
yeah, man. That's what they do. That's what David Starr was. That's why he's the best commissioner in the history of the league, in the history of any league. Because David Stern did not treat the NBA players like they was the ops. He treated them like they were partners, and he
Mm-hmm.
promoted them as such. And that's why those salaries boomed the way that they did. The WNBA need to do the same thing. Don't just push just Caitlyn. Don't just push just Angel. Don't just push just Paige. You need to push a lot of other players. You need to push the Fisa. You need to push Rakia. She's young. You need to push, you know what I'm saying, Ryan Howard in Atlanta. You need to push
Yes,
Kiki. Kiki in Washington.
Washington.
Washington is a big time city. They should be pushed. You know what I'm saying? You need
Mm-hmm.
to push, you know what I'm saying,
Who's her
Shania
name?
Rivers in Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? You need to push these players so
Mm-hmm.
they could be recognized and like, you know what I'm saying, and globalized. Like the features should be pushed. You know, like I said again, Kathy and the features treat each other like they the Cold War. But at the end of the day, they need to work together
And
because
that LA market, push them girls.
man, like I said,
I don't
the
get it.
Rakia should be pushed, man. That's a beautiful
You
woman.
got Plum over there, you got Hamby over there, you got Brink over there. Push them girls. I don't get it.
Rakia is a beautiful woman. She should be pushed, man. I wouldn't be surprised she's in next year's Victoria's Secret modeling show.
They
Cause
need to
her
push
Angel,
them.
her Angels, they from where they were, cause they were beefing her rookie year. Her
Hmm.
Angel Rica, they were beefing. Now I think they at a good place. Especially what I seen in the clips when they was at the Olympic tryouts. They
Hmm.
were really like chummy and talking. So I think they're at a good place. So I hope Angel get her into the next year's show. She
Just
need to be pushed. Like I said, Cam Britt need to be pushed. I wish she get in the Victoria's Secret next year's show. I wouldn't even mind, it'll smell kind of stink because, I don't like, say MAGA. But, say they push on Sophie Cunningham. I wouldn't even mind that. Because,
here's the other thing. Um, just another person you probably forgot, but I ain't forgot. Push Satu in Phoenix.
yes,
What we
beautiful woman.
doing? What we doing?
Beautiful woman.
I don't get it. Unless she's doing a CBA talk, sound bite, you don't hear nothing about Satu.
That's why I said the WNBA, they need to start treating these players like they the ops. They start treating these players like they partners, man. Because it helps everybody. If these players get pushed into the mainstream, not only they make money, but the league make money. And that's how the league could get in a healthy place.
Yeah, I don't get it. Push even Gabby over there in Seattle. I'm trying to see. You got Skylar
Gabby
over there.
Williams.
You
Gabby
got Skylar.
Williams.
She's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Um,
And you know my girl, what's my girl name?
who?
In LA, say the point guard. She LGBT, but you know what I'm saying?
Which one?
She the point guard. She what's her name?
In L.A.
Yeah, she LGBT. What's her name?
Oh, Alaman.
No, not her. The
Oh,
starting point guard, like the started. She she used to start. Remember she
yeah.
used to
I
start. Then
don't
she
know
came
who
off
you
the
talking.
bench.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm finna Google her. I know her.
You gonna have
Yeah,
to Google.
yeah.
But
She like
yeah, put you know, push them. And I know, and I just say, I just think there should be somebody pushed on every team. Just push them out there and see what happens. They so cheap that I don't know. I don't know about the WNBA, y'all.
Yeah,
They a hot mess. I don't know.
but I think I'm gonna be honest with the WNBA. It's not their fault. They never been in this place before. And my girl I was looking for is Ray Burrell.
Oh, Ray Burrell. Yeah.
I love Ray Burrell. You know,
Yeah,
she's a gorgeous woman.
that's what I'm telling you. That whole how can I put it? Sparks lineup.
Yeah.
That's a pretty girl lineup over there for the LA Sparks.
Even like somebody like Sarah Barker, you know what I'm saying? You can push her to the south because she's from Alabama. So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of those southern men and women will relate to somebody like that if you really put her out there. So my point is this.
You seen where did you see when she humiliated that man playing basketball?
Yeah, beat the dog crap out of him.
Go ahead. You said a name that made me think of that.
Beat the dog crap out of him. But no, what I was saying is this. To be fair to the WNBA, they were never at this place before. They were never at a place where they really had to push their players. Because in their mind, it wasn't no player that was worth pushing. And so that's on them. And so that even the WNBA, they trying to catch up. Because like I said, they never had to be at a point where they had to really sell these players to America. They just thought, you know what I'm saying, WNBA players don't just always be obscure and nobody was gonna care about them. But they was wrong. Now the spotlight is on all these players. Not just the two. Now the two brought in all these eyes, but they looking at the league as a whole. And so now you at a point where now you can push these players. Now you got everybody. Now you got the country's attention. That's on the WNBA to now put a plan together to really put these women in a space where they could really sell the product and most importantly, sell the league as a whole so everybody could be successful.
You know I'm being messy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really don't think there's a single WNBA player who can beat me in basketball.
Okay, sure.
So you think you could beat her?
Oh yeah, definitely.
You don't think he stands a chance, huh?
No.
Not at all. Not one little.
No.
You're fully confident solely because she's a woman.
Yes, 100%.
Let's find out. Game 211, ones and twos. You ready, Anthony?
Yeah.
All right, Sarah, starting with the ball.
Oh! That's game time. That's what I'm talking about. Game time.
I need you to tell the camera that you're sorry to the WNBA and you're sorry to all the women.
I got nothing respect for the WNBA. They know what they're doing. They're the best at what they do. They deserve all the respect.
And I need to say something.
Hey, thank you.
If you think I was hard, imagine like my teammates who are literally the greatest of the greats. Like,
Hey, you'll be there one day.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
And I was just about to say, she scored 7 points a game.
Right.
Man, what Chester Plum would do to his ass. He scored 7 points a game.
Man, why he let that? Anyway, y'all, just to have some fun. Why he let that girl come up in there and show him up? Like, okay.
Yeah. She put the dress on his ass. That's what she did.
That boy was on the floor breathing very, very hard.
Like he had a drunk night out the last night.
Right. Well, hey, y'all, we about to get up out of here. The ball, you got anything else you wanna tell the people in the chat?
I would say to the people in the chat, like I said, thank y'all for coming, man. I appreciate y'all being here, and most importantly, like I said, look out for our videos when we drop these content. We be doing it for y'all, and like I said, we here to serve y'all and make sure y'all be informed about things that's going on. And most importantly, we be dropping these videos so y'all could be entertained and have something to get you through the day. Whatever day you have, say good, bad, and different. We want to make y'all day. We want to put y'all day in a better place. And that's what I want to say. So, thank you.
Duvall, you're such a nice young man. Thank you. Thank you, chat, for rocking with us. I had a good time debating this topic. Hopefully the WNBA will get their stuff together and go and give these ladies what they want so we can have us some women's hoops, and it is nice to see women's sports more than tennis players on the Forbes list. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Victoria Taylor, for the $1.99 super sticker. You always come through and support. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. We are out of here, Duval.
Peace.
Y'all hit the like button on the way out the door. And also, if you miss anything, hit the playback. Hit the playback. We out, y'all.